Hey there, Mike Giannotti here in St. Michael's Forge, and we're going to go ahead and work on getting these handles ground out. They're all glued nice and dry. We're going to get these ground down. I've got an old Red Label Abrasives 24 grit belt. It's kind of worn down a bit. I am going to rub the little bit of racer over there, get some of this other grit out so it'll do a little better job. We'll clean up the base plate on my Origin Blade Maker grinder there to get that ready, and then we're going to get started. So I think we'll start out with this one first, and then we'll move on to this. If I have some time tonight, we'll start the final grind on those outdoor cooking culinary pieces, and we'll see what we're going to do. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started here. So we got this one rough ground down. It feels good in the hand. Got it all nice and contoured up, opened up, made sure we got that back one passed through so that we can put a loop off that. And this feels good. Yeah, feels good. Feels good in the hand. So this one is done for the first part. We still have to, fine grind it, and then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to stain it or not, or just put it straight up with I'm kind of undecided if I'm going to stain and then linseed, or if I'm just going to do straight up linseed, but we'll see. But the white oak, it's wet right now. I had to do a lot of dipping, but like I said, everything feels good, nice and solid. This is all evened up. The next stage will be to polish this up and then clean up that blade. But in the meantime, while I got that belt still on, we're going to go ahead now and start with this bad boy. This one, though, I'm going to have to tape, because handling the blade portion, even though I did some cutting earlier, even though this is not sharpened, it's just beveled, it's already sharpened. It sliced me a couple times. So we're going to tape this up. Then we'll get on again on the grinder here, and we'll get going on that. This time we're going to be throwing a lot of wood dust from this last round here, as you can see. Ugh, look at all that. Yes, I got a lot of shop cleanup coming up. We'll run the eraser over that again, but this time it's going to be resin that we're flying all over, so definitely wearing the mask for protection. So let's get started on that. There we go. So we got this one rough ground now, and that's looking good. We're just going to do, again, we're going to do some polishing up on this, but that feels good in the hand. While I put the tape on, I'd probably slice myself up. So the next step is we're going to take it down to a polishing felt. I think I'm going to start with a, let's see, not a 4. I think I'm going to start with like a, maybe 320. I'll start with a 220. No, actually, I'm going to start with a 120. We're going to go from that rough old 24 to a 120. We're going to step these up, just like if I'm polishing or cleaning up the blade. And we want to get, bring out kind of the shine in this. Plus, these are nice. They're more they're flexible. They're nice when you're on there, so that then it can start like working into here and putting some pressure on it. And it'll make for a much better grind. So let's get started. All right, so got on the Origin Blade Maker grinder. I went through a series of belts starting at 120 on up through 400. Then I went to the fine. Again, long day. I went to the fine conditioning belt, the gray one, from Red Label Abrasives, and I was able to clean up real nicely along these edges, get that all nice and clean right there, right? So both sides. I have some hand sanding we're going to do on these before we treat them, but yeah, I'm pretty happy. I think these are both looking really good. and they'll look great once we go ahead. We're gonna, I think, blue them both up. Now I'm wondering if I should blue them. I'm like, man, that looks pretty dang good. So I don't know, we'll decide. I keep saying we. I am third person, His Eminence. Yeah, right. So yeah, we're gonna get these cleaned up. I'm gonna put these aside for right now. What I am gonna do right now though is get out real quickly. We'll get our stuff back on, but I wanna do the finished grinding on these pieces, right? So we got that. Yeah, definitely see I still got that to cut out, that notch. These, instead of hand forging, different techniques for different blades. I'll do different things for different pieces. These are ones that if this works out, it's a Nitro-V steel instead of 1095. If these work out the way I'm thinking they're gonna, and the way I'm hoping, and crossing my fingers, my toes, slaughter the fatted calf, whatever. If these work out properly, then what I'm gonna be doing is using a template off of these to crank these, and actually I might sell them because I need to make back, I don't need to make money here, but I need to pay for equipment I'm buying because I'd like to buy equipment. I have a couple pieces left. So I'm thinking an outdoor cutlery set would be cool for, you know, rustic kind of cooking and chopping and all that kind of stuff. Nitro-V steel, great stainless from New Jersey Steel Baron. So that's the hope, the wish. But I want to get these final grinded shape-wise, not final grinded, but shape-wise, get the shapes grinded so that tomorrow I can get these 4 bad boys into that even heat kiln. So let's go ahead and hit these up real quick. I'm gonna put them over here. We'll do a little bit of wiping down. Let's put my eraser away with you. Wipe down a little of this. There we go. We'll get that felt out of here. I got plenty of water. You know, something I do here for the for cooling stuff down as I'm going, I keep the water up. I actually filled this up before I started tonight. So it's good to keep some extra water on hand, top it off as we go. That's what we're doing. So let's go ahead. We're gonna get some sparks. Oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know what's gonna happen with Nitro-V. We'll see if sparks fly. When I get the hard carbon stuff, it's a light show. We'll see what happens with this. All right, so here's where we're at. We took our the two giveaway knives, got those all cleaned up, got the handles ground down. We're gonna do some hand sanding on those sometime tomorrow, and then finish them off. We're gonna electro etch them and get them all ready. These, I'm just so excited. So, you know, this started out as doing one of these knives like this, right? That I wanted to do for like an outdoor kind of outdoor rustic culinary kind of chopper. I had leftover from it and I was like, hey, that kind of looks like a little cleaver. So the handle on this one's a little thinner than I'd want because it was not intentional. I just took what was left, did that, but then I went ahead and the next one, when I cut that, so you can see I got 2 of these. The next one I did the handle a little thicker. So, and that feels really good actually. So there we go. So we have for tomorrow for the even heat kiln, we've got these 2 knives, we've got 2 of these cleavers, and boom, we are ready. So that's it for tonight. From Mike's workbench here in St. Michael's Forge, this is Mike Giannotti. I'm a tired boy, I'm thirsty, and I want to get cleaned up and relax, kick back with the family. So with that, take care, and as always, if you have questions, comments, concerns, whatever, love to hear from you. Always love to hear from folks with their advice, their suggestions, their critiques, whatever it is. But until next time, take care, and as always, ciao.